Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are here for a short little video that was recommended to us amongst the other stuff of Macross that we've done, just to ensure that we don't miss out on anything along the way. Nothing left on the table, as I've said before. And this is, this is the Macross 3D VFX promotional thing, or something that didn't get made, I guess. So, the opening to that, otherwise I don't know anything else to say. I will put this out there, that there's two copies of this. Lessons is watching a updated, I guess, higher definition one that's done from I think it's a Chilean group, I don't know.
Yeah, Chilean, yeah.
Yeah, whereas I'm watching something that somebody found on a DVD and real low quality, and then they uploaded it at even lesser quality. Unfortunately, it's the only one I found that had English subtitles baked in, and I don't know Spanish. So, Lessons is watching a high quality. You and the rest of us, me and the rest of us are getting a lower quality thing. That said, though, let's go ahead and hop on in, and then if Lessons knows anything about this, he can give us the rundown afterwards.
Looks like a video game.
Well, you know, it's early 3D effects. Well, I can say this is not really well translated, even on my end.
Yeah.
I can't even repeat I can't even repeat what I'm reading because it's not like it's English.
This is very much PS1, PS2, early PS2 era.
Yeah, like post Zone of the Ender.
Yeah.
Zentrati.
And the music, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, broadcasted right to the chest.
Yeah.
I saw a word in there I didn't like. One of those words for a very specific group of Zentrati.
Yeah. Underwater combat, I guess. Yeah, this is very much a video game, yeah.
And we all know what my opinion on underwater combat is. They did say Hollywood in your version?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure. Not localized.
Also, they're repeating a lot of stuff from the 2 VFX games that we saw before.
Still falling. Okay. I was wondering if there was going to be any point to that.
That was a thing. Yeah, clearly was a video game.
Well, no, I think it was supposed to be actually a series.
Oof, wow.
Again, I don't know, and apparently you don't either. As I said before, if you knew anything more about it, to say it, but you're saying you don't, so.
Yeah, no. I mean, it does look like a late 1990s. Well, the music, for one, when you hear it, you'll know the style. Late 1990s, early 2000s, like, you know.
I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it. Like, I enjoyed like Zone of the Ender for its story, and that's essentially the kind of cutscenes you get there too. So I'm not like the same way that when we watched Mobile Suit Gundam Igloo, I wasn't like instantly, this is fucking sucks because it's CGI.
Yeah.
Typically, I need something to compare it against. Like, I did not like Line Barrels of Iron, for example, because that was good animation next to shitty CGI. Although, to be fair, I don't call out Macross that much for it. Like, when we were watching Frontier, and apparently a commenter, agreed it's a little bit not befitting one another.
Yeah.
But it's not, like, so bad that I'm like, this sucks. Like I am with Line Barrels of Iron.
Yeah.
Although Line Barrels of Iron has its audience, so I'm going to put that up for the naked girl crowd.
This one was very much. I guess she's supposed to be an idol that gets recruited to fight
I
after
don't
some kind
think
of terrorist
so.
attack.
She's, well, maybe at some point. The idea
Yeah,
that she says, I'm going to Hollywood, makes it seem like she wants to be an idol. Maybe not
yeah.
is an idol, though.
Mhm.
Although that could be the beginning. Like, that could be in the first episode thing. And everything
Yeah.
after that could be after she gets picked up. Although, the idea of somebody who wants to go to Hollywood to become an idol is more, seems to me, the story of an idol abuse story.
Well, no, I mean,
Think about all
no.
all the stories of the girls who go to Hollywood because they have dreams of stardom and then become
Mm,
disabused of that because of what Hollywood actually is. Like,
yeah.
even Michael J. Fox has I've read his autobiography before, his
Mhm.
stories of what Hollywood actually is and what it is to try and go there to achieve stardom would be a pretty good story if you were actually going to have a main character who was not an idol. Like, who wants to be an idol, isn't
Yeah, it wants to be
currently
an
an
idol.
idol,
Yeah.
yeah, and then goes through, like, say the story of anybody who tried to join the Jamming Birds and then was rejected, or anyone who wanted to join Volkir and was
Mhm.
rejected. Like, that would be a pretty good story, I feel like. Or I guess, like, what's her name? The former leader of Volkir before what's her name joined.
Mikono? I always have a problem with
Well,
that name.
that's the one
You're
who
right.
became the leader now, who's the current leader. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the Kaname or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
her story from before the current story. Obviously, we're recording this while we're recording Macross Delta, in case I put this somewhere back in the timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be an interesting story to tell. I think it falls in the same category of, like, whenever I say I would love to watch a Gundam show without any Gundams in it. The idea of watching a Macross story without the planet-wide, galaxy-wide, cluster-wide threat. Just the
Mhm.
story
Mhm.
of a character in a universe where idols have become such a thing
Yeah.
that now you grow up to try and become one, because being an idol in this universe is like joining Top Gun. It's a thing of such import. It's like becoming a movie star who actually also has to do the thing in real life that movie stars
Yeah.
do on screen. Like,
Mhm.
I want to become a movie star who also has to become a real life secret agent and then jump off of planes on other planes and all this other stuff.
And infiltrate behind enemy lines and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. While all singing at the very same time. I want to become Sympho
Mhm.
Gear, but for real.
It was interesting. It was very, very much of its time. You could tell. I mean, it was like ripped out of like that time frame.
I mean,
I would say 1994 to 1998.
no, later than that.
Well, well, the music
That's
is a little later.
better.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're saying from music, from the CGI perspective, that was better than Reboot, which was late '90s.
Yeah.
So I would say like 2004,
What?
maybe to 2006.
No, by that time, I think it's a little, unless it was very supposed to be very cheap CGI. I think it would have been much better. Than that. Either way, it's turn of the century, which is accurate, I guess. God damn, I feel old. I ain't lying. I just feel old.
It was supposed to be an OVA or OAV series, apparently. The problem with looking anything up about it is that there's the VFX PS1 game, which this is not. This is supposed to
But it
be
does
this was supposed to
this
be
this.
the OVA OAV series, and the PS1 game is its own different thing. So,
But we do see a lot of cutscenes of the PS1 and PS1 games as well. Like they cut back to like dropping bombs and stuff like
again,
that,
though,
which are cool.
that's just because that's the quality that's available to them. That doesn't mean it is the PS1 thing.
No, no. If we go back to the videos that we saw about the intros of the PS1 and PS2 games, they literally are the same shots. They are the same.
I don't think they are.
Yes, but you can check that
No
out
matter how
later on.
creepy you give me a guess in, like your what's his name from Anger Management,
Hmm.
Yes. Doesn't mean that I agree with you still.
But you can check it out later on. Not right now.
You know, I won't, probably because I don't have the time. But
well.
that's just the problem with all the fucking editing I gotta do. Sorry, I'm just on this forum, though they're talking about it. Not one of them is listing when this came out. Just everyone like, I saw this with the 20th anniversary thing. Or someone talking about something about Macross 7. And it's like, that doesn't help me either.
Let's see.
And then the last guy, closing the thread. Like I said, the problem of trying to look it up is it's the Macross 3D VFX. And the name of one of the PlayStation games is VFX. So it's like trying to look up something that includes part of the name. Like if there was a Macross game named 7, and there's also the video game.
According to the caption of the video that I watched in Spanish, it says this was presented at the Tokyo Character Show 2000 in July of that year in Chiba, Japan.
Then I would argue both of us are right. Yeah, one, I would argue that I would be wrong by Price is Right rules because I went over. But I would also argue that numerically I am closer. I said 2004. That's only 4 off, whereas you said like 1994, which would be 6 off. So on one hand, you're right by Price is Right rules. I went over, and going over means you're wrong. And on the other hand, I'm right by I'm closer numerically.
By rounding down, rounding up.
Well, not rounding up, just by numbers. If you say 1994, you're 6 off. And if I said 2004, I'm only 4 off. I don't need to round. 6 is greater than 4.
True.
But I'm just so used to going by, well, I don't do it anymore. When I was a kid, like, shopping with my mother, like, how much do you think the groceries are going to be? 200, 250. Well, it was 210. So by Price is Right rules, I win. You went over. Well, you know, it's the final showdown. That's what. Also, I think the initial. I don't remember. Anyway, try not to make this a 15-minute video. We're already at 12 minutes. So That is it for everything here. Once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?